Greetings, my friend. We are all interested in the future, for that is where you and I are going to spend the rest of our lives. And remember, my friend, future events such as these will affect you in the future.
My apologies for ending that last video so abruptly. Everyone's lucky I did, because sometimes my brain gets away from me. If you've taken a leap of faith by watching my video series on the greatest president in my lifetime, and you're overlooking the fact that the last few videos I've done have barely referred to the greatest president in my lifetime, and you're forcing yourself to sit down and endure the dulcet tones of my voice, then I think we're going to be able to successfully tie some things together in this video. Until all these different pieces of information I've shared start coming together, I'm hoping you'll hang in there with me and keep an open mind, a hypothetical mindset, and just entertain the ideas of what it is that I'm sharing.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Ultimately, we will come to know the truth about things.
And the truth shall set you free!
Seriously, guys, did you ever think we'd witness a time where just the mere sharing of ideas would cause mass hysteria? You can't even think out loud these days without people losing their minds.
Oh my God!
Part of the issue is we've given some of our power away. We've grown accustomed to relying on sources outside of ourselves to tell us the truth, i.e., the fake news. But those people aren't paid to share the truth with us. They're paid to make sure we never discover the truth. These quote-unquote mainstream news people, they don't speak for themselves. They broadcast what they're told to say, and they definitely don't speak for us.
Hey, you shut your face! If we want to hear you talk, I will shove my arm up your ass and work your mouth like a puppet.
Sadly, we've spent too much time sticking our head in the sand, guys.
Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
And no doubt, you're going to come across some information that is so devastating that you'll want to throw in the towel and put your head back in the sand.
Fuck that noise. We're not quitting.
But I promise you, your quest for truth will be the greatest investment of time and effort you've ever spent. Because the more you know, the less you will fear. And the less we fear collectively as a people reduces their stranglehold. Once that grip is lifted, we will finally be able to create a world that is safe and joyful for this world's most priceless gifts. Okay, I'm bringing it back in again. I hope I was able to at least establish a general idea of the opposition every soulful human being in this world is facing right now.
You will bow down before me, Jor-El. I swear it. No matter that it takes an eternity, you will bow down before me. Both you, and then one day, your heirs.
And why do they hate us?
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
So hypothetically speaking, let's just say, what if there is a source of evil, an entity with an unquenchable desire to destroy every human being in this world? In my last video, I used the story of Lucifer and the war in heaven as an example. And as the story goes, when these rebel angels lost, they vowed revenge on the Most High.
And there were angels who could not accept the lifting of man above them. And like Lucifer, rebelled against the armies of the loyal Archangel Michael. And there rose a second war in heaven.
And what if their plan B was not to go into battle directly head-to-head with the Most High and Michael's army, but their plan B was to destroy El Padre by corrupting and destroying his highest creation? And what if that highest creation is within all of us?
It's breathed into them. It's what the word means. Spiritus, the divine breath.
And what if this divine breath is not only the source of our life, but it's the source of our creativity. It's the source of our empathy, our ability to feel things, enjoy things, not enjoy things. It is what makes it possible for us to be human. And what if these angels, with their bright nature in their own right, had co-creative abilities similar to us? And what if, when they were cast from heaven into the earth, that they were completely cut off from this light, this creativity, this ability to feel and connect? And what if they knew that the very essence of this light, this divine spark, this divine breath, spiritus, was in every cell of our physical body because our blood transports it? What if they had the knowledge that the very essence of who we are is in our blood? And what if these beings that were cast into the earth in the lower realms, what if the only way for them to ever reanimate themselves or re-experience anything is to attain that light, that divine spark, in ways that are inconceivable to any soulful human being with a conscience?
You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. Though you have been broken, your innocence stolen, I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance.
The tragedy that has happened to the little ones is everywhere now. And I'm not too proud to admit I missed the memo for many years. I had the wool pulled over my eyes. I couldn't see it. I could feel it, but I couldn't. It's inconceivable to me. And at this stage, currently, we'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who hasn't learned of this disgusting practice. I understand the emotional reaction to this news and this realization is to go and quote-unquote save them. We, in our limited human minds and our capacity of understanding of what's happening here, we think that we can save them on our own. This practice didn't arise out of nowhere. It has arisen and existed for a very, very long time. And sadly, we have been trained to become so narrow-minded that we don't look outside of the prescribed narrative by our captors. Most of us have been taught that this world is only, 7,000 years old? It's a lot older than that. There is physical, tangible evidence. It's a lot older than that. So let's entertain that for a second. What if there were other Earth ages and other civilizations aside from what we learned in school or what the population by and large subscribes to? And what if there was physical, tangible evidence that we have overlooked because we wrote it off as myth, folklore?
Speak I of ancient Atlantis.
This is another incredible lesson from Mr. Zen Garcia. I will put the link to his channel and this video in the description. And I highly recommend everyone check out not only his channel, but his body of work.
Remember, this is from Thoth, who was an Atlantean priest king, and that he was sent to, after the destruction of Atlantis, he went to Egypt and helped them to establish the culture and civilization there. And that the reason the Atlantis was destroyed is because there was a division among the rebel angels, the Anunnaki. Some were getting involved in dark magic and opening ritualized stargates where things such as victim sacrifice, the blood was being offered, children sacrifice, things of that nature, which was invoking and calling in very dark entities, interdimensional forces. And then the other side of it is that there was a group of the rebel angels dedicated to truth and to light and to the law of one, and also to the knowledge of the Most High, that they were at war with the sons of Belial. And the Dead Sea Scroll speaks about this in the scroll, the War Scroll, it's known as, the war of the sons of light with the sons of Belial, or sons of darkness.
Excuse me?
This lesson caught my attention for obvious reasons. In the emerald tablets of Thoth or Thoth or Thoth, or I don't know how to pronounce it, it speaks of blood sacrifices that somehow opened stargates, or portals, if you will, to lower dimensions that enable these trapped beings to enter into this dimension. Mr. Zen continues.
Speak I of ancient Atlantis, speak of the days of the kingdom of shadows. Remember, they got involved in very dark ritual, and that was the reason for the impending judgment that was sent by the Most High to destroy Atlantis. Speak of the coming of the children of shadows. Out of the great deep were they called by the wisdom of earth men, called for the purpose of gaining great power. Far in the past, before Atlantis existed, men there were who delved into darkness, using dark magic, calling up beings from the great deep below us. Forth came they into this cycle. Formless were they of another vibration, existing unseen by the children of earth men. Only through blood could they have formed being. Only through man could they live in the world. In ages past were they conquered by the masters and driven below to the place whence they came. But some there were who remained, hidden in spaces and plains unknown to man. Lived they in Atlantis as shadows, but at times they appeared among men. When the blood was offered, forth came they to dwell among men.
It's not the last of what I want to share from this presentation. There are quite a few little nuggets of very powerful information in there that explains a lot. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut this one short, and I'm going to include it in my next video because I'm running out of time. But I want to leave everyone with a few questions to kind of mull over in your mind. Number one, if the information in these emerald tablets is true, and blood sacrifices enable these beings to enter into this world, would that be the core reason for the sheer volume of the transporting of little ones that we're seeing everywhere now? And further, if the blood enables these beings to ascend through the dimensions into this world, that would make them supernatural, would it not? And last but not least, if human blood can open these stargates or portals, does that mean there's some component of human blood that has metaphysical qualities? And look, I know this sounds ominous. It may even sound like we're doomed. But what if, hypothetically speaking, of course, there was a special group with special skills, special knowledge, special resources. And let's just say this special group was capable of eliminating this problem. And not only eliminating it, but destroying it forever. That would be quite an undertaking, wouldn't it?